Nutty Sports Gamer here. Welcome to another episode of the 40 Years Sim. Before we get into the episode where we're going to be wrapping up the 1999 regular season, just want to announce that I will be finishing up the 99 season over the weekend. I thought about doing 3 episodes this week, 2 episodes next week. I want to get this done. I just want these episodes done. So, Friday, playoffs rounds 1 and 2. Saturday, conference finals. Sunday, 1999 finals. And then we're going to do the 99 draft October 18th on a Wednesday. And then the 2000 season will resume, or will begin, October 23rd on a Monday. Okay, so that's the plan. I get a nice little break to sort things out, take care of some crap in my own life, sort some stuff out. It sounds serious. It's not that serious. I gotta go on a trip out of state, so that's why there's gonna be a delay. So let's get into some games. So we're wrapping up the 99 season, like I said, and we have Joe Smith making a basket for the Raptors, who are facing the Indiana Pacers in Indiana. Here's a missed basket there. Dampier with the dunk for the Pacers, 80-79. Pooh Richardson, who we've been seeing a lot more often than Michael Williams lately. I wonder what's going on with that. Richardson's going to make a layup, and it's 82-78. How about a missed three-point attempt for Mark Price? Karl Malone with the rebound. Passing it to Michael Finley, who gets the jam right there. 84-79. Mark Price passing it to Tracy McGrady for 3. That is money. 84-82. 1 minute left to go. Here's Michael Williams. He's back in the game. Passing it to Mitch Richmond for a tray. That is A-OK. 90-84 now is the score. Do the Raptors have anything left in the tank, or is this game pretty much over? Mark Price to Joe Smith back to Price. And passing it to T-Mac for 3. No good. Ben Wallace back to T-Mac for 3. No good. Karl Malone with the rebound, the foul, and this game is over. 91-84, 25 for Finley. Joe Smith with 14, and we're looking at Nuggets, Lakers. Now we got Kim Mutombo with the basket there. 79-76. How about a corner 3 for Mookie Blaylock? No good, but Mutombo is right there getting the putback as he falls down, tying the game up at 79. Kenny the Jet Smith to James Worthy with the bucket there. 81-79. Check out this replay. We call it a hook shot, some form of that or something. And then we got Christian Slater. Are you Leitner, not Christian Slater, 90s actor who has had a resurgence over the last couple of years, hasn't he? He's been kind of Mr. Robot. Anyway, 83-81. Leitner with the basket there. Not to be confused with Christian Slater, which a lot of people make that mistake. Or I'm pretty sure I'm the first one to ever make the mistake. Nuggets won. Let's check out Seattle versus Philadelphia. Petrovic making a basket there for the Sonics. Now we got Danny Manning turning around, making a shot there for the Philadelphia 76ers. 93-91. How about a steal? How about the Sonics running the court on a fast break? Petrovic. Oh, I don't know about that. But Sean Kemp with the reverse jam. Tying the game up at 93. Abdul Rauf with the basket to give the 2-point lead to the Sonics. You got Nick Van Exel to Camby to Manning. And see, this is why Vin Baker was traded. Danny Manning has got the goods. And Eddie Jones showing up there with an alley-oop too. I mean, the trade might have worked out for the Sixers. We'll see later on in this video whether or not that's true. But there's a block, by the way. Van Exel with the ball now. It's a 2-point lead for the Sixers. Camby guarded by Abdul Rauf, and that's never gonna work out. You know, it's just not. Why? You know, I guess they're switching, and I don't know. But we got Big Dog for 3. That's good. 104-97. The 76ers look pretty good. Eddie Jones is acclimated quite well. Sean Kemp had a good game. Let's check out the standings now. Why don't we do that? The Heat right now are 32-15. They have the 1 seed as of right now. They got the Knicks, Cavaliers, 76ers. 76ers have won 9 in a row. The trade has worked out. Oh my God. The Wizards, the Bulls, the Hornets, the Pacers, the Raptors. Hornets, Pacers, Raptors are all neck and neck with each other. Do we have anybody below that? The Nets are, that's not looking too good. The Hawks, 18-27, Bucks, Pistons, Celtics, Magic. Magic, I don't know, guys. Whatever. Spurs, Nuggets, top 2. You get the Lakers right behind those guys. Seattle, Phoenix, Clippers, Kings, Warriors, top 8. Blazers, Rockets, Mavericks, Wolves, Jazz, Grizz. That is the rest of it. David Robinson, the front runner for MVP at this point. I think we're in mid-February. Vince Carter's running away with it, Rookie of the Year. Crozier probably 6th man. Then it's Rodman, Defensive Player of the Year. Jermaine O'Neal, Most Improved Player, maybe. Might happen. We're checking out Seattle again, this time against the Atlanta Hawks. How about Rick Smits with the basket there? 77-74. Allen Iverson makes a layup for the Hawks. 1 point lead for Seattle still. Billups, basket, 78-77. Abdul Rauf, driving, laying it up, 79-78. Allen Iverson with the jumper right there. 1 point lead for the Hawks. Bruce Bowen, steal, Iverson. And here's the slam dunk for Allen Iverson, 82-79. Abdul Rauf, bad pass. Botched alley-oop. And here's Allen Iverson again, making another basket. It's 84-79. Abdul Rauf missing, but Sean Kemp's right there for the putback. 3 point lead for the Hawks still. We got Bruce Bowen passing it to Kemp, who is going to make that basket over Tim Duncan. 84-84 is the score now. Here's a missed free throw from Sean Kemp. And here's Allen Iverson driving, making that shot. Good God, man. Iverson's got the goods. Armstrong, meanwhile, passing to Tim Duncan for the dunk. Foul. Win goes to the Hawks. Sorry, Supersonics. Supersonics started out hot in this season, but they're starting to cool off a little bit. Just feels like they're cooling off just a little bit too much, perhaps, for their own liking. And there's a nice shot of Allen Iverson. Could he be the cover athlete of this thumbnail? We've done that before in a previous episode, but that was like a season or two ago, right? I feel like he could be back on the cover of another thumbnail, whatever, who cares? Let's move on to Warriors Kings. Jason Kidd with the ball now. It's 93-92, and Kidd is going to make that basket for the Warriors. Check out a replay of Jay Kidd, the hometown hero, rescuing the Warriors from mediocrity, maybe. And then we got Allen Houston missing. Horace Grant, who they traded for at the deadline, makes that putback. How about Arvydas Sabonis, MVP candidate, making the basket there for Sacramento. Now we got Jay Kidd, guarded by B.J. Armstrong, and now they're double team. But here's the alley-oop to Isaiah Ryder, 194. We got a missed basket. Arvydas Sabonis with the putback. 4 point lead for the Warriors still. How about Arvydas Sabonis missing as he falls down? Intentional foul. Game over. 103-96. The Warriors do beat the Kings, who just don't feel as, strong as they used to be. When they had Hornacek there, he's gone. Barkley, he's gone. Chris Mullin. It's interesting, right? I don't know how much time I have to talk about this. Okay. This is why I edit the way I do. That way I move on from subject to subject. Knicks Heat. We got a pass for Anthony Mason. 79-78. Gary Payton. Jump shot there. That's good. 80-79. 4:40 left to go. Patrick Ewing guarded by Clifford Robinson. He hesitates, pump fakes, spins, makes a shot. Looking spry for What is he, 35 years old now? He's getting up there for sure. Gary Payton with a turnaround jumper. That's no good, but P.J. Brown's there for the putback. 82-81. Less than 4 minutes left to go. And we have Sprewell making that shot right there. 83-82 is the score at this point. Gary Payton handling the ball for the Heat. And guarded by John Starr. Oh, that was Mark Jackson. Sorry. My mistake. Here's a double team. Rodney Rogers double team. Doesn't matter. Makes the basket. Gary Payton now. Dribbling toward the basket. Passing it to Clifford Robinson, who's going to make that jump shot for the Heat. 86-83. Gary Payton to Rodney Rogers. Double teamed. Wide open is Steve Smith, who makes that three. 89-83. 2:24 left to go. And how about Latrell Sprewell? Dribbling the ball. Making that jumper for the Knicks. 4-point lead for the Heat at this point. And there's a jumper. Gary Payton making it a 6-point game. 91-88 now. Here's a missed shot from the Heat. The Knicks. Less than a minute left to go. Latrell Sprewell. Can they tie this game? How about a dunk? Making it a 1-point game. Now we got Steve Smith trying to make sure that the Heat maintain this lead. Can't make that shot. And here we go. Timeout. The coach discusses things. Let's see what the Knicks have planned. Mark Jackson handling the ball at the wing. Surely he's not going to take this shot. He's going to pass it to Ewing or Latrell Sprewell. Latrell Sprewell for three! No. The Heat are going to win. So that was the plan. Mark Jackson dribble a bunch of times. Latrell Sprewell catch the ball and shoot it. You know. It's up to you whether or not I'll leave it to you to decide if that was a good call or not. But the Knicks lose 91-90. It's final score. I mean, it was a 1-point deficit. There's a lot of ways that could have gone. You know, you still have Ewing. He can still make baskets in the paint. There's a couple of things he could have done. So I don't know about that strategy there, making Latrell Sprewell shoot a three. But hey, I'm not the coach. I am merely an observer. Michael Jordan is the points leader at this point. 28.2 points per game. You got Kobe, Penny, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. A lot of the young guys are leading in that category. Kevin Garnett in rebounds, and John Stockton, as always, leading the league in assists. And if we check, now we got the Knicks at the one spot. The Heat, the Wizards, the Bulls, all neck and neck. The Cavaliers, the Sixers lost 4. Pacers have won 5. Hornets have lost 3. The Hawks are 29-28 all of a sudden. They must have gone on a little bit of a winning streak there. And the Hornets, once again, feels like they're sliding a bit. Again, I'm getting sick of this. You know, the last couple of seasons, they always look like they're on the verge of doing something special. Or at least making the playoffs, you know. For Christ's sakes, it's not hard. Just win 45 games or something like that. It's not that hard. Come on. Nets, meanwhile, they're doing all right. Raptors have lost 5 in a row. Bucks, Pistons, Magic, Celtics are at the bottom there. So that's the East. The Lakers have taken over the one spot in the West. 40 wins, 18 losses. You got the Spurs, the Sonics, the Nuggets, the Kings, Suns, Warriors, and Clippers in your top 8. Then you got the Mavericks. All the way down there. They've definitely been one of the more disappointing teams in the West with Grant Hill and Larry Johnson. Starting to feel like, I don't know, they need something else there maybe? Like, it's not looking all too great. Blazers aren't looking too hot either. The Rockets, it's been a bust so far. Those old guys, Barkley and Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler, they just... Maybe they got together too late, you know. Wolves, Jazz, Grizzlies, bad. They're just bad. Nets, Pacers, let's do this. Michael Finley with that jump shot, 94-90. We got Zydrunas Ilgauskas missing that shot, getting his own rebound though. Nice to see some Ilgauskas highlights. Ilgauskas. Gotta make sure I say that right. Now we got Mitch Richmond. Mitch, please make that shot. He does. 96-92 is the score. 3:42 left to go. Get Eric Dampier making that basket there for the Pacers. I think he's like a second-year guy at this point, right? He fits in really nicely with this team. It's like you don't even notice that we went from, as we see Roy Hinson make that shot, you don't even notice that we went from Benoit Benjamin to Eric Dampier. Did you even notice that? Like, the Pacers just feel like the same team, and Dampier just fits in perfectly in this like system or whatever. Now we got Michael Williams, who feels like he's been around way too long for the Pacers. Passing to Michael Finley for the three. 101-96. 1:26 left to go. Stacey Ogman making that shot. 101-98. Michael Williams passing it to Mitch. That's a miss. The Nets have a chance to tie this game. How about a Steve Nash three? No. And intentional foul. And that probably is going to do it for this game. It will. That will be it. Yeah, what I was trying to say before about the Kings, similar thing to the Pacers. You know, what I find interesting, not just the builds, the development of these teams, but the teams that are slowly breaking down over the course of several seasons, like the Kings. They're not going to just trade Sabonis. He's their franchise guy. So they kind of have to try to keep being competitive with Sabonis. Pacers trying to stay competitive with Karl Malone. You know, it's interesting to see those teams kind of trying to struggle to stay competitive. And, you know, that's something that's a real thing. As we watch Sixers, Spurs, Eddie Jones making this basket for the Sixers, tying the game up at 83. 35 seconds left to go. Eddie Jones passing it to Big Dog, who misses. Now we got a rebound. Marcus Camby with the reverse jam there. 85-83. 27 seconds left to go in the game. Here is Doug Christie handling the ball. Okay. Pass the ball, pass it back. Tim Hardaway. He's going to miss that jumper. Danny Manning with the rebound. And this is looking like a Philadelphia win. Another win for Philadelphia. 15 points for David Robinson, 13 for Doug Christie. And, okay. Guess we won't see the 76ers. Weird. Clippers, Heat. There's a miss. Vlade Divac making that basket for the Clips. 94-90. We're in Miami. And we got Rodney Rogers making that basket for the Heat. 94-92. How about a missed shot there for Miami? And the Clippers going the other way. We got Jim Jackson making that shot. 96-94. Terrell Brandon missing. P.J. Brown with the rebound. And now Steve Smith with the layup. 96-96. It's a tie game. Gary Payton passing it to Alonzo Mourning. And Mourning is going to turn. Make that dunk for the Heat. 98-96. 98-98 actually. Alley-oop to Alonzo Mourning. And the Heat, well, they had a lead, then they lost it. Tie game yet again. 42 seconds left to go. Peja Stojakovic misses that three. Here come the Heat. Bringing the Heat, maybe. As we see a pass to Mourning, to Steve Smith. It's a Gary Payton for three. That's no good. P.J. Brown to Mourning. To Payton. You don't have to take a three. You really don't. Let's see what they decide to do here. Gary Payton to Alonzo Mourning. Almost loses the ball. Misses the shot. 2.2 seconds left to go. Vlade Divac. Terrell Brandon. No. We're going to overtime. Overtime in Miami, folks. Let's do it. 102-100 already. Here's a missed shot for the Clippers. As we see the Heat on offense now. Gary Payton. Alley-oop to Alonzo Mourning. 104-100. Jim Jackson to Vlade Divac. It's mighty nice. Now it's 104-102. Gary Payton, who used to be a teammate of Vlade Divac earlier this sim, several seasons ago. Passing it to Lonzo Mourning with a turnaround jump shot there. 106-102. How about a fast break with Brandon making the layup there? 2-point game. Gary Payton passing it to Clifford Robinson for 3. That is good. 5-point lead. 5-point lead, but there's a steal for the Clippers. And here is Chris Webber. We have not said his name at all. Why is he so quiet? He's been quiet this whole sim, hasn't he? That's not right. Divac misses. Then makes that basket. 109-108. So this is why I need to have a 2-week stoppage, guys. You want to know why? I need to figure out why Chris Webber is so quiet in this sim. He should be an all-star 1 or 2 times already, and he's not. You know, this is the kind of things that I need to look into as I prep for the 2000 season. So that's why. But here is a 3-point attempt. It's good. Terrell Brandon for the Clippers seals the game. The game-winning 3. 100-109. Check out the replay. Brandon with the 3 as time expires. That's fantastic. Miami Heat, Lonzo Mourning is disgusted. The fans are disgusted. The Clippers? Really? Oh, yeah. The Clippers are on the rise. They're looking like they're going to make the playoffs this season. And let's face it, they have a couple of guys who were on that Sacramento Kings team in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then you add Terrell Brandon to the mix, and you add Jim Jackson to the mix. It's interesting. You know, they got some interesting stuff going on there in Clippers territory. Meanwhile, the Heat, once again, I don't know. they're a good team. Meanwhile, it's a bonus MVP candidate. He's first place in that category right now. We'll see if that holds, but I think that's kind of fun that he's even there. Billy Owens might be the 6th man of the year now. Where did wasn't there a Crozier? What happened to him? Defensive player of the year. Oh, there's maybe he was most improved player candidate. Never mind. Anyway, all right. Lakers still got the 1 seed there in the West. Spurs, Nuggets, Warriors, Sonics, Suns, Kings, Clippers is your top 8. It feels like that's solid. There's a pretty big gap after the Clippers. The Mavericks feel like they're out of it, and you know what? I don't think they have their pick. I don't think they have their draft pick because of they've done a couple of trades, a couple of big swings, and I think they're starting to feel the sting of that of some of those big swings they made, like the Larry Johnson trade and stuff like that. Knicks, meanwhile, have that 1 seed still, or I think they've had it the last time we saw them. Got the Heat right there. The Wizards are right behind the Heat. The Sixers, they've won 8 in a row now. Holy smokes. Bulls are right there too. Cavaliers, Pacers. The Hornets are just barely hanging in there, but the Hawks are hot on their tail at 33-31. The Hawks turn it around. Iverson and Tim Duncan have started to figure something out finally. I mean, it's year 2. Right, but it's slow start to this season, and it really feels like things are starting to look good for the Hawks. So whether or not they actually make the playoffs, we'll find out later in this video. But they certainly looking like they're trending upwards in a big way. So that's a lot of fun. Meanwhile, the Hornets are 5 games above 500, right? But again, they're the 8th seed. They're barely hanging on. We've seen this story before, and it just feels like a never-ending cycle. Doesn't matter, you bring in Brad Doherty, you have Rasheed Wallace developing. I don't get it. Maybe they need something. Maybe something needs to happen to the Hornets over the offseason. Something big. I don't know, but we are now moving on to the Suns versus the Spurs. And already we got a steal. Derek McKee with the slam dunk right there. And just like that, the Spurs are up by 4 at the Alamo Dome. How about Sam Cassell with the jumper there for the Suns? 81-79. We got a missed shot there. David Robinson with a putback dunk. 4-point lead for the Spurs. Christie to Timmy Hardaway. Makes that basket. 85-79. Sam Cassell. Jumper. No good. How about a rebound? David Robinson. Doug Christie going the other way. Slam. Slam-a-jamma. Sam Cassell for 3. That's no good. Robinson with the rebound. We got an 8-point lead for the Spurs. Feeling like it's just going to keep expanding. Tim Hardaway makes that layup. 89-79. Check out a replay of Hardaway heading towards the basket, making the layup. Spurs are looking mighty good, folks. They have a good defense, and they can score. They got a lot of guys who can score, and they got David Robinson and Dennis Rodman anchoring that defense. As we see a shot there for the Suns. Now it's 89-82. That was a 3. Here about David Robinson though, making that shot. 9-point lead now. Sam Cassell, long 2, no good. Robinson with the rebound. And let's see if they're going to expand on this lead even further. Dennis Rodman, why not? He makes that basket. That's going to do it. That's going to pretty much do it for this game. 98-82 is the final score there. Yeah, 34-18 for David Robinson. 22 for Sam Cassell. David Robinson certainly feeling like the MVP candidate, and maybe he should be the cover athlete of this episode, because it feels like David Robinson MVP feels right. It feels like this is his year. Let's move on to Wizards versus New York. Luke Longley with a basket there for the Wizards. 97-94. Mark Jackson to Latrell Sprewell off glass, makes that shot. 7-point lead now for the Knicks. How about a steal? Anthony Mason with the basket there. 103-94. John Stockton making that shot for the Wizards. And now we got Reggie Lewis with a basket there, with a layup for the Wiz. John Starks passing it to Isaiah Thomas, to Anthony Mason for the 2. That is good. Can the Wizards cut into this lead at all? John Stockton, Terry Mills for 3. There you go. That'll help. 105-101. Mason with the missed shot there. John Stockton handling the ball for the Wizards. Top of the key. Guarded by, you're not going to believe whose number 11 is. That sentence didn't make any sense. You're not going to believe who number 11 is. It's Isaiah Thomas. Sprewell misses. Hold on, I'll explain in a second. John Starks for 3. No. And all of a sudden, the Wizards down by 2. 105-103. They have a chance to tie this game. Let's see if they can do that. You got Sprewell this time guarding Stockton before he got screened. There's a missed shot. And here's a foul. Yes. So what happened was Isaiah Thomas was released by the Jazz. And then I was going to have a team pick him up. But then as I was simming along the season, I forgot. I forgot to have a team to sign him. And then the Knicks signed him. The CPU had the Knicks sign Isaiah Thomas. And you know what? It's not a bad move. The Knicks are trying to make it to the finals, and maybe Isaiah Thomas can give him a championship push. And he did coach the Knicks in the 2000s, so it's kind of... And he was a GM, right? He wasn't... There's some weird stuff with Isaiah Thomas. So it's kind of funny in some weird ways, Isaiah Thomas to the Knicks. Let's move on. Cavaliers, Hawks, basket, Schrempf. And then we got Iverson with the jumper there. 98-94, 3.5 minutes left to go. Allen Iverson, guarded by Schrempf. Passing the ball to Chris Mullin. Back to Iverson. Basket. 98-96. Kevin Johnson to Detlef Schrempf. Steal. Chris Mullin. One old man stealing from another old man. And how about Darryl Armstrong with the basket there in the fast break. Tie game at 98. We got a inbounds pass to KJ. Reggie Miller for 3. That's good. 101-98. Detlef Schrempf driving. Reggie Miller passing it to Will Perdue, who makes that basket. Now here is Reggie Miller, another three. God damn. He is really good. I feel like in this sim, it feels like he's more automatic now than he was a couple of seasons ago. Do you get that vibe? It feels like he's making threes at an even more accurate clip. I don't know. Something going on there in a good way. But there's your scoring leaders again. Garnett's up there. Iverson, Malone kid. Michael Jordan, of course. Tops. Michael Finley, not too far behind. Previous opponents. Checking out the rebounding leaders. Garnett still. Tim Duncan, Sean Kemp. Dennis Rodman not averaging 10 rebounds a game, which I find odd. Now we're starting to reach the end of the season. We're getting closer and closer. Lakers still hanging on to the 1 seed. Spurs are a game and a half behind. Then there's a gap after that. You get the Warriors, the Nuggets, the Sonics, the Suns. And then you got the Kings and Clippers, 7 and 8. And then there's a giant gap after. There's a 6.5 game gap. And it feels like the Mavericks are pretty much out of it. The Mavericks are out. We've already said this. But, yeah, it's just interesting how you know, I don't know. It's just interesting that it's no one after the Clippers is really in it at all. And the Suns, I find they're quietly having a really successful season with Sam Cassell and Sean Elliott and Theo Ratliff. Meanwhile, the East, Knicks still got that 1 seed, 3.5 games behind are the Heat. The Bulls are heating up. They're the 3 seed now. You got the Wizards, Sixers. It's really neck and neck with those teams. Cavaliers, Pacers, Hornets. Hawks are still there, still close. The Nets are not out of it, but they're kind of out of it. You know, they're kind of in that spot. David Robinson, MVP candidate, still number 1, or he was number 1. Then it was a bonus. Now he's back. And playoff picture. I don't know why we need to see this, but oh, right. We're skipping a whole lot. We're at the end of the season now, guys. So here's the situation. The Hornets are currently at the 8th spot. Damn it, go back. The West is... We know what the West already. Okay, the Hornets just need to win a game, and they're in the playoffs. If the Pacers want to make the playoffs, they have to win, and the Hornets have to lose. So that's the playoff situation now. We've reached the end of the season. So let's see what's going to happen here. First, the Pacers have to win this game against the Celtics. It's the last day of the season, like I said. Karl Malone's going to miss that shot, and we get a rebound for the Celtics. Pacers fans are not all that excited about this whole situation. There's hardly anybody there, which is odd. It doesn't feel like that would be the case in real life, but so be it. Harold Miner passing it to Ray Allen, who drives and makes that shot for the Celtics. 81-80 now is the score. Karl Malone turns around, makes this shot for the Pacers. Oh, now there's way more people there. What is 2K does weird shit like that sometimes. It's weird. Ronnie Cycli makes that shot for the Celtics. 85-82. Now look, there's way more people there. Michael Finley with this basket there for the Pacers. Now there's way more people. What is going on in this arena? Karl Malone makes that shot. 89-82. Every time we cut, there's more people in the stands. It's freaking me out. We got Khalid Reeves making a 3 there. 89-85. Pooh Richardson handling the ball at the wing. Oh, there's a steal. A steal. Lorenzo Charles making that dunk for the Celtics. We haven't seen the Celtics in a minute, have we? It's been a while, so I'm kind of rusty on the players. Mitch Richmond makes that shot over Ray Allen, though. 91-87. Harold Miner passing it to Khalid Reeves for 3. That is good. 91-90 is the score. How about Mitch Richmond driving, spinning, missing that shot over Ronnie Cycli? It's a 1-point game. The Celtics can play the role of the spoiler. They could do it. Let's see if they have what it takes to spoil the playoffs for the Pacers. We have a foul drawn. Harold Miner at the free throw line makes that first shot. Second one. Well, it's miss. It's a miss. Now we know why the Celtics are so bad. 42 seconds left to go. And we got Michael Williams handling the ball for the Pacers. Driving, passing it to Dampier. Steal again! No! What are you doing, Pacers? Here's a three. No, Harold Miner does not make that shot. Maybe Ray Allen would, maybe cavaliers would, but not Harold Miner. Not in that situation. So it's a tie game. 19 seconds left to go. Shot clock is off, I believe. So let's see how the Pacers want to play this. Now there's 10 seconds. Michael Williams. Is he going to take the final shot? Is he going to give it to Mitch Richmond? Karl Malone? There's a lot of different options here. Mitch Richmond for three. No, we are going to overtime to settle this matter. 4.5 left to go in overtime. Harold Miner makes that dunk for the Celtics. Now we got Karl Malone. Double teamed. Passing it to Dampier. He finds the open man. Makes the shot. Ray Allen missing the three. Still a tie game. How about Mitch Richmond? Passing it to Dampier, who makes that shot. 95-93, a replay of Dampier. Why not? Gets the pass. Makes the basket. Now it's 95-93. Less than 2 minutes left to go in this overtime period. And we have Michael Williams trying to make this shot. He succeeds. Full-point game. Kyle Reeves passing it to Harold Miner, who is going to make that basket for the Celtics. So they're not out of it just yet. Michael Finley, though, fires back with a shot there. Miner to Ronnie Cycli for that shot, making it a 2-point game, 99-97. And here's an alley-oop to Michael Finley. 3-point game. At this point, Michael Williams trying to eat up some clock. Now here's Karl Malone making that shot over Reeves. 105-100. Celtics have anything left to offer us? Lorenzo Charles does make a three. It's not over yet. Someone's got to make some free throws here. Pooh Richardson misses. So he missed both his free throws. Celtics have no timeouts. What are they doing? Harold Miner dribbles up court. Oh, God. This is why they're in last place. This is why they're in last place, guys. We see it. We understand. It's been a long several seasons for the Celtics squad. But they do have Ray Allen and Paul Pierce. I think they're going to be okay in the future. Pacers do win. So what do we need now? We need the Hornets to lose, and the Pacers are the 8th seed. But the Hornets, though, all they have to do is beat the Los Angeles Clippers, which already looks like is going to be hard to do because they're down by 7. But here's a basket by Brad Daugherty, 94-89. Check out a replay. Brad Daugherty up against Vlade Divac. Vlade Divac, former Hornet for 1 year, and then he decided to bail. Did not want to stay there after that. He wanted to go back to L.A. Got his wish. Terrell Brandon misses. Divac with that basket right there. Back to 7-point game. Brandon, another basket for the Clippers. Kendall Gill misses, then makes that shot. 98-91. Kendall Gill to Glenn Rice. Misses. Rasheed Wallace with that basket. 98-93. 2:43 left to go. 2.5 left to go at this point. Terrell Brandon making that shot. Hell of a shot. Pretty damn clutch. If you ask me, Kendall Gill misses again. Ugh. Hornets, dudes. The season is slipping away. The postseason is. Here's a missed shot. But unless the Hornets make a three, they're in a tough situation here. Michael Adams handling the ball. Hornets point guard passing to Kendall Gill. To Brad Daugherty. That's a nice look, but does not go in. Doesn't go in, guys. Hear this? The sound of my voice? That's the sound of disappointment. Disappointment. You know? What more do they need? They have good players. They got Daugherty. They have Glenn Rice. He made the All-Star game. They have Kendall Gill. They have Michael Adams. They have Rasheed Wallace. And they missed the playoffs. You kidding me? Come on, Hornets. A change might come. There might be a change. We might have to do something about the Hornets in the offseason, which we'll find out in a few weeks. I'm not gonna spoil it. But Kendall Gill, that's a nice shot, but he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve to be on the cover. David Robinson, I'm pretty sure is the winner because he won MVP. MVP David Robinson. The Spurs had a great season with him at the helm. 23 and 10 for the season, almost 24 points per game, 4 assists, steal, almost 2 blocks. Some great numbers there. Vince Carter, of course, Rookie of the Year. That's not a surprise. And then we got sixth man is Oliver Miller, who averaged 16 points off the bench. That's pretty damn good. Then we got Dennis Rodman, Defensive Player of the Year. It feels like it's too much at this point, but I'm also like, maybe he gets into the Hall of Fame now. Maybe he gets. I don't know. I'm kind of excited about that, so I'm allowing it. But I feel like we have to cap it off after this year. Austin Crozier, Most Improved Player, and then yada yada yada. So yeah, David Robinson. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan, Jason Kidd, Garnett, Kemp, and Robinson are on the All NBA first team. Michael Jordan, of course. Kevin Garnett is nice to see, but his team is terrible. Hopefully they can turn things around for Garnett because I can't imagine him wanting to stay there very longer. Penny Hardaway as well. I mean, is he going to be patient enough for Dirk to develop? Well, we'll see. Reggie Lewis, meanwhile, on the third team, Allen Iverson as well, Scottie Pippen, etc., etc., etc. Or if he has a bonus on the second team, Karl Malone, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. Wow, Kobe Bryant's on that team as well. But Shaq was on the third team. Oof, that is surprising to see Shaq, who won the MVP in '98, be all the way down there. That's a hell of a thing. Michael Jordan, Ron Harper on the all defensive first team. Rodman, Garnett, and Olajuwon as well. We got Pippen, Lewis, Peyton, Kemp, Mourning on the all defensive second team. Checking out the rookies: Vince Carter, Brad. Too fast. Whatever. Those are your rookies. Carter, Brad Miller, Dirk, Jamison, Paul Pierce, Tony Delk, Bonzi Wells, Rashard Lewis, Larry Hughes, Judd Bushler. Why is he a rookie? Has he not been playing this entire... He's finally in a rotation? Whatever, guys. Whatever. That's whatever. Michael Jordan won the scoring title, as usual. Kobe Bryant, though, he's getting up there. 20 years old. Already, he is that close. You got Ray Allen up there too, Penny Hardaway, Kevin Garnett, David Robinson, Alonzo Mourning. The Kobe era is really, it's at the end of the tunnel here. Not to say that the Michael Jordan era is in a tunnel, but it's been a while. Michael Jordan's been at the top of the mountain for a while, and we'll see what happens when he's finally retired. Who's going to take over his spot as the top player in the league? John Stockton leading the league in assists at age 37. That is pretty crazy. Michael Jordan leading the league in steals, and Kevin Garnett leading the league in blocks. He had a great season. Knicks, 55 and 27. They get the 1 seed. The Bulls end up with the 2 seed. The Heat, the 76ers in the top 4. That's pretty wild. Wizards, the 5 seed. Get the Cavaliers, the Hawks, and the Pacers. The Hawks. Not only have they made the playoffs, they made the 7 seed. They're playing the Bulls in round 1. That's going to be wild. That's going to be crazy. Meanwhile, or interesting at least, Hornets are 42 and 40. I've said enough about the Hornets. We don't have to talk about them anymore. Yeah, the Cavaliers. I don't know. Is it that their guys are a little too old? They started off hot and then they kind of cooled off to 44 and 38. That's a bit disappointing. Wizards, meanwhile, have won over 50 games for the 14 years in a row now. It's pretty crazy to see that. 40 and 42 are the Nets. The Raptors won 35 games. Not bad. I mean, they've only been around for like 3 or 4 seasons. They've already won 35. Bucks, Magic are, ways down. And then you got the Celtics and the Pistons. No one truly awful, right? No one was truly awful in the East. 28 wins being the worst is not too bad. Meanwhile, the Lakers are the 1 seed in the West, 59-23. Spurs 56-26. Get the Warriors, the Nuggets in the top 4. The Kings, Sonics, Suns, top 7. Clippers 41-41. They get the 8 seed, and they're playing the Lakers. Lakers, Clippers. That's gonna be fun. I'm really excited about that. Even though I mean it's a 1 versus 8 seed. How fun could it be? I don't know. But you get the Spurs and the Suns. You get the Sonics versus the Warriors. The Kings versus the Nuggets. I'm liking some of these matchups, man. Do we see the standing bracket? Here we go. Knicks, Pacers, Sixers, Wizards, Heat, Cavaliers, Bulls, Hawks. Those are your matchups in the East. Going to be a really exciting playoffs. Can't wait to show it to you. But that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Net Sports Gamer. Goodbye.